Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Europa Universalis IV, where we are finally playing as the Netherlands again. Huzzah! It has been a good 2 weeks, I want to say, since I played them last, and I am feeling more than a little bit rusty. Looking around before the stream, I remembered that we were attacking into Chile. We've just taken a bunch of territory from Quinto and Cusco, so we've started to establish our territories over here in South America. We've been trying to cut off the French in Colombia with Nieuw-Friesland. Nieuw-Vlaanderen is very big and very strong and doing pretty amazingly, as is New Holland. Dutch Canada is slowly being established. We haven't got anything in California yet, and if we want to, we're probably going to have to act relatively soon. Well, actually, that's Alaska, not California, but still, you know what I'm saying. We have got 14 merchants, which technically means we could have 14 level 3 world ports, which would be kind of crazy. Level 3 centers of trade. What's Ming up to? Ming's doing Ming. And Japan is a thing. Though they've actually lost some land to Korea. Actually, no, the two have just been swapping land. Like, you can have some of this, I'll have some of that, and we'll all work together. It'd be great. Dutch South America, feel all warm and fuzzy inside now. Indeed. But one of the things I would like to do at some point, soon-ish, is a war against France. I believe that we are now rivals with one another. I have a substantial army. I do need to get some of my manpower back again. But Fortress Netherlands is here. It's looking strong, and I'd really like to take some of French Colombia off of them. And possibly California as well, but we'll need to wait on that. Then we have a couple of cores that we could establish down here. I suspect that we literally ended the episode as I made the peace deal. So I think that all of this stuff is not going to be cored, indeed. In fact, a bunch of that's Portuguese. So we will need to core some of these provinces so that we can get the colonial nation set up. In fact, no. New Utrecht is already there. Is this a different colonial region then? It is. So colonial Peru is set up and should be able to expand now. We still need to get New Utrecht. Wait, no. Utrecht is... That is all Utrecht, isn't it? Yes, it is. So then we just need to get these provinces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll need to call those. So let's go ahead and start. Huzzah! Hey, Mean Wolf, thanks very much for that. 6 months now. Thank you very, very much for your resubscription. Buy some Jägermeister against the cold. Yeah, for those of you who are joining us with the Netherlands here for the first time, I have a hell of a cold right now, and I am sounding probably bunged up. I'll probably have a coughing fit at some point. I just got back from Oktoberfest a couple of days ago, and this was what I came back with. It's horrible. It's nasty. I managed to get through the 4-hour stream previously where we were playing with Oda in Japan. Pretty much okay, though the beginning was definitely really rough. Really, really rough. But now things are kind of going. I should be okay, but just like an FYI. Although, I think one thing I will do is pour some of my tea right now. Because it seemed to be the tea that did the best job. Like, I had my Lemsip. I have another Lemsip here as well. That's good because it contains aspirin, so it doesn't hurt as much. But I think it was really the tea that soothed the most. Or at least just burnt everything viciously. You know, either way is fine. Let's sort out the tea bags and all of that stuff before we go too far. I was actually saying to one of my friends yesterday at the pub, you know what, I should be drinking whiskey. Whiskey is like the cure for colds because it just burns everything. Plus, I like whiskey. Whiskey is good. And hello everyone, hello, hello, hello. Lots of more people of you are arriving, which is awesome. Show me how it's done, O great master of trade and republics. Well, it's not a true republic. I really want to play as a true republic. Like, that's so high up on my list right now. But the way you do it as the Dutch is you make 200 ducats a month. And you have a silly number of merchants. Really, I would say the key for the Dutch is having lots of colonial nations. You don't want to have 1 or 2 big ones, you want to have multiple small ones. Because as long as the colonial nation has more than 10 provinces in it, then you get a merchant. The more merchants you have, the more trade you can push from around the world, and the more level 3 centers of trade you can have. And for every merchant that you have active, so long as you're only collecting in one place, then you get these massive modifiers. You see transfer from Lubeck, Champagne, Ivory Coast, North Sea, Caribbean, Gulf of St. Lawrence, Gulf of Aden, Chesapeake Bay, Mexico, Coromandel, Bengal, Zanzibar. Each of those is one of my merchants, which is increasing the trade power here substantially. So even though we do have a strong Great Britain, which ordinarily would be dominating trade, because I have so many active merchants, I control 77% of this node, and the British don't even get a look in. Although I'm noticing somebody is starting to pirate us. Scandinavia and Spain. And yes, they get 77% efficiency bonus because I control 77% of the node. So because I have such a big monopoly, piracy is a big threat. So I might well need to go and humble Scandinavia at some point. The other thing I am doing is I'm pushing all of my trade through Lubeck and then pushing it from Lubeck into English Channel rather than it always going in directly. And I think I'm even pushing my trade... Yeah, everything coming from the east. I'm actually pushing it out into the Caribbean and then cycling it along the coast of America, because every province that trade goes through, the value goes up by, I think it's 5%. Don't quote me on the exact numbers, but I think the value increases by 5%. So the more trade nodes, or more individual trade nodes the trade goes through, the more valuable it becomes. So rather than just going Caribbean to English Channel, I'm going Ivory Coast to English Channel. I'm going Ivory Coast to the Caribbean, Chesapeake, Gulf of St. Lawrence, North Sea, Lubeck, and then English Channel. So I'm trying to make that like as long as possible. But then obviously you will be losing bits of trade every step of the way, depending on your control of this. So I think the Caribbean is potentially one of the big areas where I really need to establish more trade. Possibly Chesapeake, although Chesapeake is going to be primarily my colonial nation, so I'm not that bothered about losing money to them, because it means they're going to be stronger and wealthier. And then actually Scandinavia is providing a lot of trade pushing out from here. So yeah, most of it is going to be going to the North Sea. All of it's going from the North Sea to Lubeck, and then I take 45% of Lubeck and put it into the English Channel. So I do need to control more of Lubeck as well. I think the best way to do that would be to take the centres of trade here. So they do actually have 2 level 3 centres of trade, which is kind of potent. My 168 frigates is just not doing enough. Mordred, what's my whiskey of choice? Probably Glenmorangie. Glenmorangie is really nice. I've had a couple now. That's the one that I keep going back to. Vodka is the answer. No, I can't do vodka. Vodka literally makes me retch. Like, if I smell vodka, I'm like... Is the Anglican Church that bad when he plays England? I hear so many people saying it's bad. I really liked it. In the multiplayer game that we did where I was playing as Great Britain, the Anglican Church is why I had so much money. Because you have the interactions, and one of them is pillage the monasteries. And by the end of that game, I was getting like 2,000 ducats every couple of years. It was insane the amount of money I was making from it. And that money I was just recycling into my economy. So I had like manufactories everywhere, universities everywhere, all of the production and tax buildings everywhere. Like, you can make some serious cash. Jura Super... I'm not a massive fan of the Jura whiskies. I've had a couple of them now, and none of them have really hit it. How good are trade companies? The buildings, I mean. Honestly, Jura is still out on that one. Like, they seem pretty good. I know that Flurry Worry did a game where he was earning like 10,000 ducats a month or something ridiculous like that. And he said that was done with trade companies, but I haven't really gotten into them very far. Mostly because I've been spending my money on other things, but that is certainly something I should start investing more into. Definitely. Anyway, first things first, I need to get my armies situated over here. I need to make sure that we are coring all of this. So why... Okay, it's literally just because I'm short. And we are not focusing anything right now. I probably want to focus admin. We're ahead of time and everything. Admin we're actually the furthest behind in. We have a level 3 and everything except for you who are level 4. That seems reasonable. I'd like to upgrade you. I can't because you're not the same culture group. I am going to focus admin. We're going to do that. And then the other thing which I noticed was going on is we've just started getting to India, where Mysore is strong. They beat Vijayanagar. There is no Vijayanagar left anymore. It's all Mysore. That's amazing. Wow. Well done, AI. You've done better than I did. And you're probably not even in 30,000 ducats in debt. Amateur. Anyway, rebels have risen up here. We've got an army dealing with that. This is one of my transport fleets. That's awesome. This army is at home. Drilling? Drilling. And then we are building more light ships, I believe. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, we are. We're building probably about 200 more light ships. We do have a bunch of uprisings about to fire. None of them in this particular area, though. So we should be okay. Have I seen the recent E4 Dev Clash? I think I might be 1 or 2 streams behind, but I've seen most of it. When you drink Dutch Jenever, you go rioting. I don't like Jenever either. Abunda. Ablour? Single cast is the shiz. Well, coming from a Scot, that's high praise. Flurry is shooting for 1 million ducats a month campaign. It's definitely abusing the fact that these buildings are so overpowered. Yeah, that's what I assumed. And the interface for building them is terrible right now. What they need is one of these panels where you can see exactly how much you're going to be making from them. So like building thing, it will show you exactly what you're going to earn. That's what the that panel needs. Where's this? Arica. Arica is one of the ones I do wish to call. So go ahead. Right, how many states do I have? I have a lot of extra states I could be using. No. Zimbabwe, Taiwan, Zambezi, Polynesia, Peninsula, Mauritania. Nope, none of those. I have claimed... Oh no, they have claimed Aachen. That's fine. Right, the other question was, who are my allies right now? We are currently allied with Brandenburg, Brunswick, Austria, and Lubeck. And we're rivals with Spain, France, and Scandinavia. I think Scandinavia is actually the one that I need to go after next. I need to take Denmark in order to make the Lubeck trade worthwhile. Lubeck, are you in that? Yeah, you're a world port in that area too. As is Hamburg. But Hamburg is in Lubeck's trade league. And they're also... Oh, right, yeah. Brandenburg's the emperor. Wait, Brandenburg's the emperor? Brandenburg's the emperor. Not Austria. So am I just economically and navally ruffle stomping everyone in Europe? Yeah, pretty much. Doing what I do best. Can you establish trading companies when playing as France? You can establish them as anyone. I agreed about the Ablois having a dram at the moment. I will need to keep an eye out for that one. I'm actually going to make a note of that name. Like if the Scots are recommending a whiskey, you know it's probably quite good. Noted. Thank you. Nothing says 17th century colonialism than a sick guitar here, solo. By the way, don't ever try to sneak. Your wooden shoes can be heard a mile away. Looking forward to returning to this tomorrow, Mordred. Are you off then, Cold Rage? No worries. Right, I need to stop getting distracted. You're distracting me, chat. I need to work out where I am not yet using a merchant. I suspect that most of this is... I can probably... / certainly trap some more money from India. Like, I've actually got a little bit of control of Gujarat. And Gujarat is worth a lot of money. Why is Gujarat worth so much? Oh, because Deccan's feeding into them instead of Coromandel. Interesting. Well, I definitely want to transfer trade power with you. I might well need to send some trade ships over there, though I don't have an easy naval base. I'm not sure that this one would reach. It might. It might. Vinland is fabricating claims. How could you? Let's merge you guys together. In fact, let's send you guys out. So you are going to go to... Where was it again? Gujarat. I'm not seeing it. Which usually means you can't reach it. Oh, I have Australia. Wait, I have Australia? Oh yeah, New Zealand. No. Yeah, New Zealand. Do I think that New Zealand can go after Tierra Austral? With your 10,000 troops? And Tierra Austral is not that big, so probably. Let's go and sort this by colonial. Oh, New Zealand doesn't actually give me a merchant yet. Interesting. Well, this is going to be your opportunity to get me some merchants. Off you go. Have fun. And are there any other wars I could be provoking? Vlaanderen? No. Gelderland. Gelderland could go against French Columbia. Gelderland is the Caribbean. No, I don't want you growing. New Holland. No. Friesland. Friesland could go after Vlaanderen. Let's not do that. Brabant. I don't even know where you are. Oh, Brabant is my Chilean. Aren't you? Where are you again? I don't even remember where my colonies are. Brabant is over here. Wait. What zone's that? You're my Brazilian one. Hence I chose a area with a B. Okay. And then Utrecht is down here. And we're about to establish one here. Okay. Sorry, like I said, it's been about 2 weeks since I played this last. Could try buying trade centres from India. You have the money and the Diplo rep. You know what? You're not wrong. Ooh, Ottomans over here. Gujarat is friendly. They almost certainly will sell. Charter Company. I would like to buy Kablat. In fact, I would really like to buy Surat. Would you sell Surat? They would sell Surat for a lot of money. I can do a lot of money. A lot of money is not a problem for me. Plague. Must do something. Improving relations helps. Also true. How am I doing for diplomats? I have loads. Let's go ahead and improve relations with Gujarat. I mean, one thing I could do is potentially get an alliance with you. Except I'm actually under my limit. But I must admit, I'm kind of using my one port here as an excuse to expand further out. Not that I necessarily need to tell them that. Oh, hang on. I was misreading that number. That's 22,000. I thought that was 2,000. No, 2,000 is here. Okay, so even for 22,000 they wouldn't sell. I mean, I'm rich. I could probably afford that. But do I really want to? Lose 5% professionalism. Gain additional fort defense. I mean, that's using up all of my manpower. No, we need the militias. Alright, what if I wasn't buying Surat? What if I bought the other trade node? Combat. Nope. Even 22,000 wouldn't buy that one. Let's just set a price of 4,000. I want to know if I could buy any of these for 4,000. Because all I need is a base to set my ships. Halar. Halar would be the most likely. And how much do you require for this? See, these prices are obscene. You would need 14,000 to buy that. It would be way cheaper for me just to conquer you. Right, and I can also make a couple more provinces over here. By a couple, I mean one. This would all be in the same node, right? Yeah, that's all La Plata. Okay, that's fine. Neil Brabant, at some point I'd like you to go against Castile, but you're definitely not strong enough right now. Or Castellan Brazil, rather. I'd love to go after French Colombia, but I don't think you're going to be in a position to do that. You're fighting Pueblo, who are surprisingly large. Wow, Pueblo are huge. I wonder if they split out. That's that siege done. Okay, so before I improve my relations with you too much, I do. Okay. Negative Diplo reputation. I know that having an alliance is actually a really big boost, so I'm going to make an alliance with them. And we'll see where we can go from there. Another bunch of money just arrived. Good, I like money. And yes, I could afford to build a bunch more trade company investments. We'll get back to that. I mean, one place where we could almost certainly do with a trade company is over here. And then if I do manage to buy Halar, possibly there too. Brandenburg wants my help in a war against Poland, Lumberg and Nassau. Yeah, fine. Not really intending to do very much, but sure, I'll join you. Can't ask for a charter while I'm at war. Right, well, I guess I'm going to be building some trade company stuff then. At least I was going to. do it in Mogadishu? Because I made it a state. Did I do that accidentally? Is Aden one of the places you can actually have a trade company? I have a feeling that Aden is one of the places that wasn't actually a trade company-able. Because Zanzibar certainly is. I can increase the trade power here, which would actually pay off big time. Let's go ahead and invest another 300 in that. We can also get more production efficiency and goods produced. What do you produce? Iron. Worthwhile. Taxes? Taxes aren't worthwhile. Supply limit and defensiveness? Nah. Then governance. Manpower and sailors. Honestly, I seem to be doing okay on those on my own. Although I am now short on sailors. That's interesting. I do not yet have maritime ideas. And considering how much I've been focusing on trade, it might be a while before I even get that. Well, the other thing I can do is build some dry docks. Which would help. That's slightly irritating. Although I do have an army here. You can't have trade companies in Aden. Yeah, that's what I thought. And I'm probably close to Nassau. Ish. There. But I have a huge number of things guarding that area, so I'm not hugely bothered. Alright, so where did I identify weaknesses in my trade network? Let's start from as close to home as possible. Lubeck, I know I'm losing some. North Sea, I could potentially direct more out here if the British weren't involved. But I'm not hugely bothered by that. It's still getting home. Losing 15 ducats here. 25 in Chesapeake. 29 in the Caribbean. So I think I might send you guys to the Chesapeake area. Going 100 over my force limit. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's not a problem. Ah, see, the property appraiser increases trade steering by plus 50%. That is a big deal, as is the naval force limit. This is probably Zanzibar? This is all Zanzibar. Where Kilwa is stealing a lot of the cash. Was Kilwa one of the ones I was going after? They were, clearly. So I don't necessarily need to have that much trade power here, because I will be getting it. So this is actually where I want to have the goods produced. Production efficiency and goods produced.